On his second full day in office, South Korea's new president, Yoon Suk-yeol, has been meeting with his senior secretaries, to whom he stressed the importance of bringing down the country's soaring consumer prices. Also this morning, Yoon was the first Korean president in history to commute to work. Yoon Jung-min reports.
The president clocking in for work, a scene never seen before in Korean history. President Yoon Suk-yeol commuted to his office in Yongsan Wednesday morning from his private home in Seocho-gu District. Meeting reporters on his way to work, President Yoon stressed the importance of national unity and integration.
어제 제가 그 취임사에 통합 얘기가 빠졌다고 지적하시는 분들이 있는데 너무 당연한 거기 때문에.
On his second day in office, President Yoon held his first meeting with his senior secretaries. He first discussed the country's economic difficulties, with soaring costs due to the war in Ukraine and other global issues affecting people's livelihoods.
지금 경제가 굉장히 어렵습니다. 제일 문제가 이제 물가고 어려운 경제 상황이라는 것이 뭐 정권이 교체한다고 해서 잠시 쉬어주는 것도 아니고 물가 상승의 그 원인과 그 원인에 따른 그 억제 대책을 고민을 계속 해야 될 것 같고요.
On the issue of compensating small business owners hit by the COVID-19 pandemic, President Yoon said they need financial help as soon as possible.
빨리 재정을 좀 당겨서 우리가 지금 재정 건전성이 많이 취약하지만 그래도 이거는 가능한 한 빨리 조기에 집행을 해가지고 이분들이 좀 회생할 수 있도록 좀 해야 된다.
The president said the national security situation is also difficult. He called for close monitoring of security and other state affairs in case there's a resumption of nuclear tests. He did not specifically mention by whom, but he presumably meant North Korea. President Yoon once again highlighted the importance of national unity as part of everyday politics. And he emphasized social benefits and care for marginalized people, saying freedom is compatible with social welfare. Meeting with his senior secretaries, the president stressed the need to work closely together without barriers, which he said is the reason he relocated and rearranged the presidential office. Yoon Jung-min, Arirang News.